the best though. I love the 90s, but me personally, I just feel like everything. I feel like from the 2000s just had like a dope.
Yeah,
like alright, Biggie and Tupac's battle beef was in the 90s. We got Nas and Jay-Z in the 2000s. We got 50 Cent and Ja Rule in the 2000s. We got
who we got now?
Nah,
Nicki and Meg.
Yeah, but nah, we can't even have successful rap battles like that from elite. When I mean elite, I mean status, not skill. Yeah. Elite rappers, because everybody takes the line serious or subs or whatever or disses to me. Period. Serious. You say something to me, I gotta pull up on you. Yeah, we gotta have a problem. So we can't even have rap battles, successful rap battles right now. For me, Meek and Drake was the last attempt, and I truthfully, I don't think the battle itself lived up to the hype because of it's our first time witnessing this in this era, and they speeded everything up.
They definitely did.
You feel me? Like we didn't even get a chance. Meek would in the 2000s, Meek would have had a couple days to give us another diss record. You feel me? But now in this era, we need it in 24 hours, nigga. I need it the next day. Yeah. You gotta understand. Hove came out with Takeover in September on the Blueprint. Nas didn't come out with Ether until November. So, you feel me? Like they didn't even make that the battle. They made it super ugly in Ether the battle. That's how Jay lost. They didn't put Takeover in Ether. They put Ether. And Hove responded to Ether with Super Ugly, which was a two-minute freestyle. But still in all, they had other disses. We was able, like the hip hop itself was letting those other disses under that ride. Like Nas had H to the MO, and Hove had some other shit at this nigga. Like they was all wilding on each other. In this generation, you probably got one shot, one round. They might give you one round in this era. Yo, you throw this and I throw this back. If your diss was better, you won the beef.
But that's what in a way now makes that statement so true that music is watered down, right? Yeah. Because like you said, you want it in 24 hours, nigga. I want it in an hour. You not doing nothing. Yeah. You heard that shit. Go do something right now.
Then if it's rushed, now we don't like it.
But look, here's the thing.
Boy on tour, I just got this. I just finished the show. I'm about to just go on this tour bus and just dish you back. This about to be rushed. This should be ass.
But that's how much we don't harp on music. Like just like anything in like general. Like back then in the 2000s, whether if it was a lot of music being put out, because like now there's like what 60,000 songs being dropped every day, and that's just by like that's the numbers that we can calculate and stuff like that. But shit is so watered down and we don't harp on anything. Once we hear something, we like, man, I'm over that shit. I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, no, we definitely, and that's a fact. Like, if you dropped the album 4 months ago, 2 months later, niggas is going, that shit old.
Yeah. Right. But didn't Spotify put out something saying like 80,000, close to 80,000, 100,000 songs have never even been played? That have been uploaded on Spotify. All these different artists are uploading their music, and nobody's even listened to it.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's crazy. And that's I think that's
everybody wants to be a rapper.
That's a daily number. Like you know what I'm saying? That's not everything they accumulated. Like I said, like 60,000. Like the last time I checked, I'm probably exaggerating, but the last time I checked, it was 30,000 songs being dropped every day, accumulated through every DSPs. You feel me? And that was probably like 3-4 years ago. So I can only imagine that shit is up now. Shit being dropped at a rapid pace. Yeah. And the more music went, like in the 90s, it wasn't like a lot of rappers, was probably like a handful, but even still, you had to be somebody. And when the 2000s got, there was like 3 to 4 different
Your talent was
people
appreciated more in the 90s and 2000s, where you can get on by being talented. You can get on either one or two ways. You can get on by being talented and they can make you the star, or you was bubbling in the streets because niggas would still put out mixtapes and things like that. And you would bubble in the streets and the label would be like, yo, we gotta sign this nigga before the next label do. You know what I'm saying? So but because of I feel like at first I used to wonder why these labels is such the blame to these rappers and shit like that, and never put myself in the label shoes. And then I'm thinking like, you gotta think we gotta think in they time frame. When they spent $1 million on a nigga, on an artist and his rollout and everything, he sold 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 first week, and then but within that month they made their money back on what they spent on you. We not doing that in this generation. Like, you sell 100,000 the first week, we celebrating. 100,000 in on a major label in the 90s and 2000s was ass.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
Okay. That's a fact.
You sold 100K in the 90s and 2000s, you was dirt. That wouldn't mean shit, nigga. Or you was either, especially if you somebody that was supposed to be hot. Like if you was like a street rapper, you could do some 100,000. That's good for you. For example, in this generation, if you a street rapper we don't necessarily go see you a superstar, and you do 70, 80,000, that's good for you. Feel me? And so in that time, you did 100,000, 200,000, that was good for you. But if you can't talk to niggas like Jay-Z and DMX and the niggas who selling 400,000 first week. You know what I'm saying?
There's a big difference.
400,000 first week. That means the next 2-3 days after that you gold already. This is what niggas had to do. If you was under gold, you was flopping in them niggas. And labels would drop your ass. In this generation, you can sell 100,000 and you that nigga, because you should get this shit going number one. Niggas is selling 30,000.
That's that independent push. Like a lot of people, they figured a way that they don't, which I agree that you don't need a label anymore. So to get that, like, you know, get off you. So either which way, like people had to get that off themselves before they even reach the label, like you said, like back then and shit like that. But now it's like these niggas be getting like 7 million views off first drop and like almost average that. And it's just like, God
but what's
damn.
gonna get?
I don't be believing.
But what's gonna get you those views? Is it like now you have to have gimmicks in your videos?
You see, I can't even tell you a method for that, because I don't believe all of it be real views, and how I see that is
because you can't buy.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and I only say that because I'm like, yo, bro, I watched a nigga like Russ, bro. Russ won't be as popping as a gunner to the average fan. Yeah. I've argued with niggas about Russ. They're like, who the fuck is that? But they don't know a gunner, a Playboy Cardi, or somebody like that, right? He might sell 60, 70,000 his first week. He's independent though. Yeah. But he sells 60, 70,000 his first week. Somebody like Gunna will sell 100,000 his first week. Gunna can't do a stadium by himself. Rush did stadiums by himself. No opener.
That's crazy.
If we go on their Instagram, I guarantee you Gunna might have more followers than
for sure. He damn sure do.
And I'm not saying that Gunna's views is fake, but I'm just saying for let's say the other artists like that have this, when the labels start wanting to put you out there, I feel like they knowing that your shit ain't real enough. They just gonna let it be. They gonna let that shit accumulate and let the fans, the perception of that matter so much and hit so much that by the time you even realize it's fake, it won't matter because he'll have real fans.
Yo, and that's exactly. I'm telling you, that's exactly how Lil Yachty got on, bro. Yachty and Travis Scott, Travis Scott manager came out and actually said it, but I knew that's exactly what it was. But they was talking about Yachty did that with that One Night song. He went, put a bunch of fake views on it, and then what that do is, that draw people to like, oh shit, he got 30K and a day. No, not even a day. Let's just say because he probably OD'd on this shit. It was probably like 18 hours. He got 30K. What makes his song so special? Now you got 15K real views to add on top of it.
That's the marketing tool. That's the marketing tool that the fans don't even know they doing for niggas. Niggas that put a nigga on music, a song, and be like, you're not telling him why it's fire, other than the first thing you saying is, nigga, this shit got 2 million views in a day.
Yeah.
That's all you can say.
Now you like, shit, it gotta be fire if it got 2 million views in a day.
Right.
Now before you found out that 2 million views was bogus, 2 million real niggas just watched this shit. They thought the same thing. So by the time you figure out it was fake, it won't matter. Now this is the part I was basically putting in full circle. This is when you gonna really see it. Cause then when you big and you a big artist, labels expecting you to sell these type of records when you start doing these views on YouTube and shit like that.
Right.
Then when you don't do that, now they like,
they dropping some gotta give.
What's going on now? Like, I can't put you in front of this. I gotta give you this 360, super 360. Cause now I gotta make bread off your shows and shit like that. Because I thought I was about to make bread off this. For 1 million views, I think on YouTube is like, you get like $3,000 or some shit like that.
I forgot the number.
Well, 8,000, I think it's 3 or 8. It's one of those numbers.
I forgot the number.
Either way, that's some short shit for 1 million views.
Yeah. But that's how feasible 1 million views is now, though, to be honest with you. There's so many videos on YouTube with 1 million views, and not even just music videos. Back then when I found out about YouTube, everything was almost like it still is a competition, but it was 30,000 hits, 390K, 2015, everything got 1 million views or better now.
Because people are not, like you were saying, 90s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. People were able to still go and buy a physical, like, piece of, like, music, like, you know, an album or a CD, or, you know, back in the 80s, cassettes. Now you have to, like, physically go and stream and pull up from a social
But see, that's the
concept.
that's the problem with that.
And now
generation
that's what
right
they're
there.
going with as far as like how to monetize an artist.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem with the generation like that we came up on. They needed to find interest. Like that's why I like what Kanye be doing and shit like that. Cause you gotta find an interesting way to give us an experience as to why we need to still buy your album. We've been buying your album especially for the artists that season. We've been buying your albums for 10, 20 years. What's different about this album than the rest of the motherfucking albums? You gotta give us an experience. Otherwise, I'm just being honest because of the way time is moving, the way people is moving as far as the fans. Not me, myself, I'm just saying the world. Shit moving fast and they're moving fast with it. So you gotta give us an experience, otherwise, what's the point? That's why niggas like Travis Scott win, because that's why Kanye be having to do these monstrous listening parties, because it's an experience, and then it makes niggas want to tune in because of the experience. You're giving people more than just, hey, go buy my album because I'm me.
Yeah.
But don't you ask yourself that when you make music and you want people to listen to your music?
Yeah, but that's what I'm gonna go.
Don't you have to give them experience?
I know they won't. They don't owe me an ear. I move with that mindset that nobody owes me an ear. I have to work for the ear, and if I get it, that's a plus. If I don't, it is what it is.
Right, you missed out.
You know what I'm saying? They don't owe me no ear. So you know what I'm saying? So you have to give them the reason as to why they should listen. You know what I'm saying?
Would you ever change the reasoning to why people should listen to you? Not saying not be true to yourself, but I figured that, you know,
I think I've made tweaks myself. I've made tweaks before, so I can't even say I wouldn't. I think it would depend on as far as like music being created, I'm always in tune. I'll be liking shit. So because I like shit, it don't sound forced. It don't sound forced when I do shit that's up to date. But as far as like how niggas move and shit like that, if it's a certain way, it depends. Like I think it would, if it still makes sense and I just ain't tried it, I'll probably try it. But if not, yeah, like I said, I think I'm open to it, but I'm not. Like I said, it would just have to make the best sense.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try them out. I can't make everybody happy. I already know that. You feel me? And regardless whether I do good things or bad things, there's gonna be a perception about me regardless from any and every eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do 100 great things and somebody could be like, yo, you only doing this, he only got this because of this. Like, we can say, or, you know what I'm saying? Or I can do some shit that's, like, for example, I got fans that love me for different things. Certain niggas feel like, yo, he don't do as much pen as he do the shit for the singles. I feel like you're right. Why? Because the main thing I'm gonna focus on my projects, I'm gonna give you all the pain in the world, amongst other things too. Because I want to give. My goal is not to have everybody like one record. I want everybody to have a favorite SNS record. That's my goal. If two niggas like a different type of SNS record, I'm satisfied.
You accomplish your goal.
Yeah. I don't care if
you rather them argue over.
Yeah. I'd rather that. I know we supposed to all like one single, this single, and then the world likes this single, but because how rap is so versatile now that we accept that there's people like Juice WRLD in the mix and that we've able to hear and then you have rappers like Cordae, and then turn around and have rappers like Rob 49, and then turn around and have rappers like, you know what I'm saying, like Boogie, and then turn around and have rappers like motherfucking Vince Staples. They like, none of these niggas sound alike. You know what I'm saying? There's different avenues. So I make all these type of vibes because, one, you want to have multiple type of fans that fuck with you and shit like that.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So you can travel. You can always travel and perform certain records in different. Like, I got a record with one of my homies from Delaware. That shit lit where they at in Wilmington. I performed the other day. They knew all the words.
At first, I thought you was about to say Adele. I was about to say, yo, this nigga.
Oh, nah. If I had a Adele record, we'd be talking a little different right now. Really were. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit that I would be doing anyway. Like, say, my first album, I wouldn't mind if I had access, and I'm like, my first mainstream album, and I had access to get somebody like Adele, I would put Adele on my first album. That's the type of shit I'd be into. Right. I would have all that type of shit because you never know, bro. I'm trying to be, like I said, Grammys, VMAs, Kids' Choice, Country,
and like you said, that status too with somebody like Adele. That's just not just a great artist or whatever. That's status. So
you could make something that probably would be here forever with Adele. You feel me? Shit like that. But that's not everybody's. In this generation, that's not everybody's mindset. Rap looks so accessible and looks so rewarding right now to the young niggas that this is what they want to do. They don't see other shit.
But do you think that like your like family background of, you know, your hip hop come from hip hop legend and hip hop history yourself, do you feel that influences how you look at music? Because like you're not.
My pops would tell him it's a different time all the time.
But because you're not, you're in the hip hop genre, but you're playing with, you know, like you're doing Latin, you're doing a little bit of, you know, some bop, and you're doing. That's
because I don't just listen to rap. Yeah. So you feel me? Because
that makes
I
a
don't
difference.
just listen to rap, and a lot of people in this generation, especially my young niggas, this is their go-to genre of music.
And that's all I know.
R&B?
Yes, because I'm a nigga that fuck with I'm gonna give it to you right now. I fuck with vanity and shit like that, bro. Like for me, I like the shit like one of my favorite songs, the shit she sung up The Last Dragon. I found my place. Finally found my place. I'm fucking with all that. Yeah. Shaka Khan ain't no bro. Ain't Nobody's one of my favorite shit. My favorite song from like on some old school R&B shit is like Alicia Myers' I Want to Thank You. That's my favorite song. For me, like
that shit's soul in it.
I love that song, bro.
So much soul.
And I love it the way it is, like the fact that she don't even sing on the shit for the first minute of the beat. You feel me? Then just let the beat ride out and vibe. Then it's like, you got to show me love. That right there, I think that's one of the best songs ever recorded, period, in life. You feel me? So I don't just be listening to rap. You feel me? I fuck with a rap artist right now. His name is Jake. He from I think they say from Rhode Island, but he do the piano, He white, you feel me? He do all sorts of other type of music. Fire. I've been listening to him a lot this year because rap been so bad.
Yo, I'm telling you,
we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah,
how bad it was.
I was in the crib the other day and I was playing it was either Teddy Pendergrass or Computer Love. My roommate was like, yo, that's how you feeling today? I was like, yeah, bro. I said, you gotta detox, my nigga. Like, all of that rap shit is just like, after a certain while, like, when you really start, like, paying attention, like, not no super serious conscious shit, but when you really start paying attention, you just feel that type of energy and you don't want to be hugged by that all the damn time. And that's just like,
especially when the vibes is majority the same, you feel me? Like, I'ma come clean, I'm a New York nigga, so certain type of niggas that would probably be like, it don't be for me, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's why I got the other type of music. Before I listen to a rapper that give me that type of shit, I'm gonna be bored to death and I'm like, nah, I don't wanna hear it from you. I just listen to a vibe like that from a singer, shit like that. Like, one of my favorite albums is Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album. That's my shit.
You were just on Michael
I fucks with that album. That's out.
We just
that's
had that
fire.
conversation.
You know what I'm saying? I'm tuning into that.
to this day, bro.
It's timeless. It's timeless.
The greatest person on earth. Like, still to this day.
So, but you know, like I said, like the youngins, that's not they vibe. They coming in with what they love is rap. And then on their Instagram, their favorite rappers are accessible as far as like I can follow and look at your lifestyle on Instagram. So this is, and it looks rewarding. So this is what I want to do.
But do you think like this generation, because you speak on this generation, do you think they should know about old school? But being that old school is Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah,
and
but there's old school before
Jay-Z,
that,
that's
right?
old school. Then there was old school before that.
I mean, wait, my fault. To these young people, like, yeah, they could call that old school, but of course that's like secondary old school. You know, like 50 Cent.
I don't consider Biggie being old school.
Oh no!
To me.
Oh, to you? I mean, that's my generation. Yeah, you know, it just moves on, and then the people that's younger than me.
Yeah.
I was on TikTok like a little while ago, and some dude was doing like a skit with 50 Cent Mini Men on it, and the title was like, when that happened, you start singing 50 Cent. A bunch of young niggas in the comments started commenting, why he's saying 50 Cent? This is clearly Pop Smoke's song. And I'm like, oh no. No the fuck they did. And that shit like that killed me because it told me two things. They're detached and I'm old. Like, I'm old because there ain't no motherfucking way, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, like, it's like, I just think it's like anything in the culture. Like, as far as like basketball, right? I didn't grow up on Julius Erving. Yeah. You feel me? I didn't watch his game tapes. I know he's supposed to be great. I know he's great. I watched a few things on a few highlights, but I won't say he the best. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Kobe is who I put up.
Is that because it wasn't your generation?
Yes,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So I can see why they would do the same thing
with music.
For me, like, I'm gonna say Jay-Z. Somebody's gonna be like, hell, fucking no. The young nigga, they might be like, nigga,
he's
Drake.
same age as my dad.
You feel me?
And that's how they see it that way.
Yeah, it's like you know what I mean. To them, Jay is like a Jordan. Like, yeah, we hear the talk, we hear why, but stuff like that be making them feel like that a nigga like that is overrated. That's why young niggas be feeling like Jordan overrated.
But you did a song with like Jim Jones and Dave East. Now Jim Jones is like in the same age bracket. It looks like he's in the same. I
mean, yeah, but as far as generation concerned, he was coming up on the Jay-Z and Nas music, so he would technically be in the 2000s. His that's when he came out. So
but him doing like a song with you and Dave East, it's like all the two different.
Jim would never get that.
He's timeless. Like he's kind of like a legend himself.
Jim, like, he's one of the people that's always gonna be tuned into the new energy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and you got a few rappers from his generation and before that's like that. Like Busta Rhymes is always tuned into new energy. He co-signed Scarlett right now. So you know what I'm saying? Like he always is co-signing the new generation. He done been in videos with Trippie Redd. He done show love to the baby. So you got people like him. You got Fat Joe shows love.
Now, how did that come about? You and Jim Jones and Dave East.
Jim watched me come up. And he kind of was supposed to give me a verse in like 2010. So later on, like I said, I just been working. He peeped, and then we did a record together by ourselves. I did a record with him separately, and then I did a record with East separately as well. Okay. I did a record with East before I did a record with Jim though. After that, I started recording with both of them. I got like another unreleased record with Jim. Up It was kind of like after that. So
how did East thing come about? Like if Jim came with him just knowing you from being around.
East was, I guess, on some respect cause I was bubbling. I kind of like me. I was in my hood one time just chilling with my cousin and the cops. The cops started fucking with us and shit, and then they had put my cousin in cuffs, and they told me walk down the block while I'm going with them. And then my older cousin told me let's walk down the block. And when I went to the corner, I'm just looking at them fuck with my cousin. I see this nigga East pull up. He in a Range Rover. And while he driving, he look and he see me and he stopped. When he stopped, that's when I'm like, oh, he gotta know who I am. He just stopped. Like, yo, what up? Yo, what's good? Give him a pound. He like, this your hood? I'm like, yeah, I'm out here. This my hood. Like, take my number down. I took his number down, and then, but I didn't use it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After a while, I seen him a few times, and we just built a rapport from that. And then I came to his listening party and said, yo, when we gonna work? I'm like, I'm waiting on you.
Yeah,
we worked, and then I pulled up to the studio.
That's a story and a
Yeah,
half.
we worked.
Right?
We've been cool ever since. So it's like, me and I was just with Jim the other night, like 2 nights. When was the Thursday? Yeah, I was with Jim on Monday. Yeah, I was with Jim on Monday. So Jim always show love and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Been giving me game and shit like that. Definitely gave me some opportunities. So, you know what I mean? It's dope to have both relationships with both of them niggas.
Now, I know you have a relationship with Rough Riders. You've been in the pit, DMX. You know, in the legendary studio. So I'm gonna ask you a hard question.
Yeah.
Dipset or the Lox?
If this was drink champs, I'd be taking a shot.
Yeah.
But because Cam and Kiss is in my top 5. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really choose. And they
You can choose. You can
make this decision. He's like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
They both literally both family. And I started my music recording in Yonkers, as you can see.
Right,
you know
you're here.
In here. You know what I'm saying? So, but I both of them. I can't really choose. That's tough. That's real tough. I would leave it for the world to choose, and I think we seen verses, so
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too. I was definitely thinking about the verses. Like, man, that is a good question though.
Yeah, I don't think I really have to decide if there's a verses, right? Already?
Right, it's already happened.
It already happened.
We know what
sense.
happened.
It makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
So what do you have going on? What's going on with you, and what do you have coming up next? I know you just did a listening party.
Yeah, my producer. It was for my producer. I just promoted it like it was my album too, but it was really for my producer. His name is Joey Vuitton. We call him Joey V for short. He's my signature producer. So he's been 10 toes, been loyal, been such a team player, been always consistent, but also just like I said at the listening party, he's one of them guys that didn't have an ego when it came to the team and the bigger picture. And what I mean by that is like, I would have records that would be singles that he didn't produce. You feel me? And he would still be pushing them.
Yeah.
And still be, you know what I'm saying? Like he still wouldn't have like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this record is gonna get us here and this, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's rare. You know what I'm saying? Just off of everybody, how they move. It's like it'd be like video guys, like people that got cameras and shit like that. You could fuck with 2 different video niggas now. If you show either or a video that either or made from each other, both of them are gonna be critical on each other's video.
Hell
True.
yeah.
You know what Like, yo, it's cool, but you could have did woo, you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty how producers would have been too. Like, yo, like especially if it's a sample record that they sample to, or if it's a vibe that they would do too, they would probably be critical too. But like, he don't have no ego, no nothing, and this was his first DistroKid release. I just felt like it was dope. He did some of the majority of the choruses on there, so it could open the doors for like any artists and people like that are probably like will reference the choruses or want the choruses from him, and then the beats as well. And I'm just doing all the rapping and stuff like that. I got 3 features. I got my partner in the ICY gang, Rich Ice. I got one of our artists, AIGs from the Bronx, and then I got JR Ryder, and that's really it.
Gangster. That's fine.
Shouts to JR Ryder.
Well, shout yourself out, where everybody can find your music. Like,
give us all that's Small Bit Diesel. That's out right now. Go pick that up. Go stream that. I'm saying pick that up like me and wherever way you can pick that up.
You get to just pick up your phone.
You know what your phone and
check it out. Yeah.
I got a single out now called She Got It. It's out right now. We pushing that heavy. We got a remix with a special somebody dropping very, 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 very soon in the next few weeks. We gonna fuck them up with this one when it drop.
Wait. You said a very special somebody. You can't say who it is?
Yeah, nah, cause it's the way we gonna reveal it is attached to something.
I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who it is. I already figured it out.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
It's going. I'm gonna just give you a hint. It ain't nobody from New York.
I figured.
Okay.
Yeah, ain't nobody from New York.
I have a question. Does Harlem have its own sound?
We do, but not everybody in Harlem do it.
Okay.
The person you was talking about, where he from, the state start with an I?
I can't.
No.
Okay.
Right.
You said they do, but then they
do, but
not everybody.
They don't do it.
Okay.
Everybody in Harlem, right? Like the rappers in Harlem, for the most part, they do like what other artists in boroughs do. Like whatever's that's hot, that's gonna get them in. They gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Some stick to what they do, what they know. You know what I'm saying? But like with Harlem, the Harlem sound, that's one of the standout Harlem sounds, is when you get uptown and you hearing like when I drop Love Come Down, like Love Come Down, shit like that. Like, right. You know what I mean? That's Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know the Will tracks, you know the
shout out Will too.
Yeah,
shout out Will.
Blame It on the Henny from Boogie Black and shit like that. The voice of Harlem, the what, you feel me? Vibes like that. That's Harlem. That's a Harlem vibe. Of course, you got. It used to be like, you know what I mean, the heat makers, of course, with Dipset, but that's not something that everybody actually attempted to do.
Right.
But the Harlem sound that I'm talking about, niggas did from all of them. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of those Harlem sounds. I would say is the most prominent one because it still lasts. The people still be able to do records like that and prosper. I myself is one of them. With Love Come Down, Will tracks you got Boogie Black, you got my guy G Dot with the Yarly record. Few people. So that's one of those joints that not everybody do though, which is cool with me because that makes me stand up.
Period.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, you know what I'm saying? But stay tuned. I got a movie coming out. It's more of a documentary. It's like Fade to Black. Like it's like I don't know if y'all seen Fade to Black movie, like whole shit.
Yeah.
I performed with a live band, so I had people come out. So I had to film it, and then I made it. So I just turned it to a movie form. I have them. You really watching all the performances with the live band, but then in the movie as well, you got me. You got footage of me rehearsing at the shit too, like rehearsing the shit. I narrated in the beginning, and then in the middle of the movie, I sneak peek the She Got It remix, so you'll hear it, and I say the name of the artist. So when I do the screening for that and niggas come through, you can find out then. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's coming out.
Is the screener gonna be posted? It's gonna be like
for sure. Hell yeah. We want people to come through and watch that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got a big platform willing to pick it up too. So I'm excited for that whole situation. I'm trying to have that kind of come out before She Got It remix drop. Either way, it's gonna be lit regardless. However, gonna drop. They're gonna drop around the same time. They're supposed to be dropping around in the same month in March. So, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see. Everything is going well right now. We got that. I got the Freco Fino album coming soon. That shit like 95% done. That's my little alias.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I'm like Freco Fino. I'm like Spanish in my head. I'm from Amsterdam. You feel me?
In my head. I like how you slipped that in. I'm saying in my head.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm Cuban and Puerto Rican in my head. Like,
Right, I get it.
So.
Do you speak Spanish at all?
Poquito.
In his head.
You sound like me.
You know what I'm saying? But I had did a record years ago called Latin Mommy, and my man's that one of my day ones, he's Spanish. His name is Prez. He just wanted to learn how to make beats, and he got nice with them like a year and a half. And then one of them shits was I'm like, yo, you should make a reggaeton beat. I'm like, but you gotta give it to me first. You feel me? And then we did it. We came up with the song that night. I recorded it. That got me fake hype to do them shits. So years later, I had got a beat and the punch sample. That's how Coquito got made. And then when Coquito started to grow and niggas started rocking with the shit, man, producers started sending me records with the Spanish samples and shit like that. So then I started recording more. So I'm like, next thing I got 6, 7, 8 tracks. I'm like, oh, I got a little album.
That's when that alter ego started.
Yeah, I'm like, so in the video, niggas fuck with that character.
Right.
So I wanted to make him have an album of his own. You know, so
I like it.
That's gonna come out like it's 95% done. I collaborated with nothing but Latin artists. I got a Brazilian artist that's on there. He won a Latin Grammy. His name is Cabal. He's on there. I got my man Conan on there. I got some dope ass artists on there. Me and Steph G supposed to be getting in the studio soon, so I'm gonna put Steph G on some shit. Have her on that joint. Fire Latin album. It's called Freco Fino Says. You know what I mean?
I like it.
Freco Fino's album. And I'm gonna try to drop it around like right before the parade. Like
Okay.
I gotta let
Puerto
Pretty
Rican
Lou
Day
hear it.
parade?
Yeah, I gotta let Pretty Lou hear it though. He told me don't drop it until he hears it. So I gotta sit down with Pretty Lou and let him hear that. But I know he gonna love that shit. Cause that shit big vibe. I ain't gonna hold you. So I got that and then
it's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, I got some stuff, man. I got some stuff.
And that's next month too. Shit.
Yeah, I got March, and then you got in May, right before the parade in like June, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to drop the Freco Fino album for Memorial Day weekend, but I'm trying to do it in like a different type of way. Like it ain't gonna be on streaming platforms. This one is gonna be like I'm trying to jump in that Web3 NFT space to where I can give like the fans the direct to consumer packaging where it's like you can get different packages of the album. Like you can get the full, cause I did something like this with my previous album called Big Icy 2. Big Icy 2 is where Coquito and She Got It is on. That's why I'm still pushing it. Like Mama and Diesel is for my producer. I'm pushing it still, but it's his album. My album is Big Icy 2. That's what I'm still pushing. I dropped that last year, but I got so much vids and the record's been growing. The records I've been playing, the me and Capella, the Coquito, the She Got It, the me and Vado, all that is on one project. The shit I did, the live band shit, I performed majority.